What should you do right after being involved in a car wreck? Well, there's a lot of different sorts of things. Obviously, if you're hurt, you want to call the emergency authorities. If anybody else is hurt, you want to get them attention. Um, and then, to the extent you can, you want to try to document the scene and make sure that you get witness contact information, things like that. So, take photographs of the scene, take photographs of the vehicles involved, get the contact information for the other party and any witnesses. Make sure to talk to law enforcement, things like that. And then once you get past the scene, then you're going to want to call an attorney who handles car wrecks and does that for a living. Don't call your tax attorney. Don't call the guy who did your will or your last divorce. Call somebody who does this for a living exclusively. All right, because it's so important that you have an attorney that's done this and does this on the regular and is recognized by the other side as someone who is an expert in this field. That's very important. And so what that attorney can do, of course, is begin their investigation and also help you get the medical care that you need. And not just get medical care in general, but get medical care from the right people. It's very important that you get treated by people who are experts in this particular area, not just some random doctor. And the lawyers who are in this field know who the best providers are for the various types of injuries, and also know the providers who are skilled enough and adept enough to testify in court if necessary and make a favorable impression. And so that's one of the benefits of hiring a lawyer who's done this for a while and is in this business. So that's why it's very important to contact the correct attorney as soon as possible after your car wreck. What are the typical causes of car wrecks? And there's a lot of them, honestly, but primarily the main two things that cause car wrecks are speed and driver inattention. And in more recent years, driver inattention is largely based on cell phone use. That's why it's so important for you to call an attorney who does this for a living very quickly after the wreck, because that attorney is going to have to preserve that sort of evidence, not only get a download of the vehicles involved, the black boxes on the vehicles involved, but also to get the data off the cell phone for the other party, and then also off of potentially their infotainment system in their vehicle. That all of that electronic data can give a lot of information about how the collision occurred. And because it records not only the steering inputs and the braking inputs and the speed of the vehicle and its precise location, in GPS wise, it can give a lot of information that can then allow us to prove that you were not at fault in the collision, that the other driver was. But if we don't hire somebody or don't call an attorney to preserve that evidence immediately, and the other party decides to put that vehicle back on the road, all that information can be lost. And so that's why it's so important to act quickly.